Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Which one of these is worth more? Let's explore. Indeed, what you're looking at here is a Federal Reserve note from the United States of America. $100 is on this note, and this is something that we all are quite well aware of, the value of which has been decreasing relatively dramatically as of late, known as inflation. Indeed, the dollar has dropped 1% every 30 days. So essentially, this $100 bill is losing $1 every month in value. And this is a representation of that $100 bill in silver form. This thing is actually 4 ounces of fine silver. Quite intriguing indeed. Kind of an attractive piece here that shows of the different aspects of a $100 bill in silver form. 4 ounces of 4 nines pure silver. And here you can see it, 4 troy ounces, 3 nines fine silver. And the fascinating thing is that this is known and represented here of this $100 bill. Let's take a look here and see what we've got. It actually has a denomination, $100 on it. Does this make this a coin? In theory, technically, this thing should probably be illegal because it's showing $100. But maybe there's something on there that says this thing is just a facsimile of a representation of that bill. Let's see if there's anything written on this thing that says that. It says $100. It does not say, well, yes, it says Federal Reserve note, so it looks like it's a replica here of it. But nonetheless, it is a pretty attractive piece. But which one is worth more? You know, assuming this is just a silver bar and basically melt value for silver would be less as of the recording of this video than this $100 bill. As of the recording of this video, silver is below $23 an ounce. So if that is the case here, then it would make sense that this $100 bill would be worth more in paper form than this 4 ounces of silver. Now that is measuring its price point based off of the markets. But if I was to take this silver bar and assess its value at my local coin shop, what would they give me back for it? Well, more than likely they would give me perhaps $1 over spot in the market that we live in today, and they would take it as generic silver. So therefore, I would indeed be losing in this proposition if I was to try to get $100 out of it. And so therefore, this note would be worth more than this silver bar. However, if I was to sell it to the general public, peer-to-peer, more than likely, a couple of dollars over spot per ounce is considered a pretty good deal by any measure these days. And so therefore, I might be able to get maybe $25, $26 over spot, and this would be worth more. It just depends on what the market is willing to pay for something like this, and as to what would be preferred, this $100 bill or this 4 ounces of silver and this mildly attractive silver piece here, although the image of Franklin here is a bit to be desired. It looks a little worrisome there. This is a much better portrait of Franklin, in my opinion. But nonetheless, there you have it. It's fascinating to see how something made of silver that has a denomination on it, a literal denomination of $100, even though it's a privately issued piece, is probably worth less than the number minted on this particular bar here. But an interesting analogy, I think, and a commentary, I believe, on what's going on in the market for silver these days. it's a little frustrating seeing where the price of silver has kind of fallen behind fallen behind inflation this year. And so it leaves us to wonder, which would you rather have? And I want you to answer that in the comment section below. If I was to give you this 4-ounce silver bar or this $100 bill, and I'll give you a choice on which one you would prefer, I'd be very curious to know which one would stand out in your mind as to what you would rather have. And given that choice, in time, this bar is going to be worth more than $100, and it's probably not going to take long before that to happen. And so, therefore, in my mind, it would make sense to keep the 4 ounces of silver, even just for the spot price of silver, and go from there. However, being where things are in the market, and who knows what next year is going to hold for silver, some people think that it could actually go down even more. So therefore, it may be to our advantage to have what is known to be a depreciating asset with this note, this Federal Reserve note. We'll see. It just seems like it's frustrating to see silver continue to fall in price, and therefore be behind inflation instead of staying with it. At this point in time, it's frustrating for a lot of people. It's understandable. However, we have to look beyond price and measure its value. And that's something that I'm going to probably try to hone in here and help folks understand that during times like this, when it seems like the markets are completely out of whack, especially for silver, then it's about understanding the value of something. This thing is 4 ounces of silver. It's substantive. It has some weight to it. This is essentially cotton fibers. It is a paper note here, essentially. And it is a debt instrument. As you can see here, it says, this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. It doesn't say that on this bill, by the way. It doesn't say legal tender. But nonetheless, this is 4 ounces of fine silver. And that 4 ounces of fine silver is something that has proven itself as a valuable instrument for thousands of years. And that value is something that transcends really market price. And we're seeing that and witnessing that in the marketplace today, especially with desirable silver, such as silver eagles and the like, but even generic silver is being sold for several dollars over an ounce, and people are paying that price for it. So therefore, when you take that into account and you go to sell this bar on a peer-to-peer transaction, you very well could get more for it than you would this $100 bill. Right now, with silver resting under $23 an ounce. If you were to sell it to a place of business, a local coin shop, or a bullion dealer, they still may give you over spot, but it still would be less than this note. So it's a matter of how you transact this silver. And so therefore, you could answer it both ways. But again, I want to know what you think in the comment section below, and which one you would rather take in this day and age. Because in order for you to get that $100 plus out of this silver bar, you have to have a market in order to make that transaction, whether it be peer-to-peer through a social media platform or what have you. You've got to be able to hone that market and take advantage of it in order to sell it for that amount. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. An interesting illustration, I think, especially when you look at currency these days, and especially with a piece of silver that represents said currency, that very well could be worth less than that said piece of currency. It's pretty astonishing. Pretty an amazing illustration. There you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are. I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch this video, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.